Crock-pot cooking and pumpkin soup. There are lots of types of food you can make in a crock-pot, including stews, casseroles and more. But what about soup recipes and pumpkin soup in particular? You might not have considered making soup in a slow cooker before, but there are a few reasons why you might want to think about using this unusual cooking method for your favorite soup recipes. 3 great things about crock-pot soups. First of all, crock-pot cooking is easy. Some of the many types of soups you can make in your crock-pot include classic pumpkin soup, bean soup, tomato soup, broccoli soup and lots of others. With a lot of crock-pot soup recipes, you simply add the ingredients to the crock-pot, let it cook all day and then puree it in a food processor or blender. You can make extra soup and freeze what you do not want to eat immediately. If freezing your pumpkin soup, omit the milk or cream in the recipe. When you thaw it, you can add that afterwards. Secondly, a slow cooker brings out the flavors of your food like no other cooking method. Vegetables become juicier and sweeter, and all the flavors you add to the soup recipe blend and combine together perfectly. Another great reason to make soup in a crock-pot is that it is ready when you are. You can add the soup ingredients in the morning, go out all day, and the soup will be ready when you get home. Some slow cookers have programmable warming options, so you can set it to cook on low or high for the right number of hours and then to keep your soup warm rather than cook it anymore. If you are using an old or simple crock-pot, one of the best things about crock-pot cookery is that the timing for your recipes is flexible and does not need to be exact to the minute. If you are cooking soup and it needs to be left to cook for 6 hours, you will find that if you get home half an hour late, the soup will not be ruined because it has been cooking over such a low heat. Tasty slow cookered pumpkin soup. Pumpkin soup is one of the nicest kinds of soup to make in a slow cooker. There are many different types of this delicious, hot soup that you can choose from, and these include curried pumpkin soup, a simple canned pumpkin soup recipe, an old-fashioned, classic pumpkin soup, and lots more. Crock-pot cooking brings out the natural juiciness and sweetness of pumpkin, enhancing its naturally delicious flavor. The flavor of pumpkin goes just as well with sweet ingredients like apple cider, sugar, cinnamon, and fruit as with savory ingredients like carrot, potato, chicken broth, and broccoli. Depending on your personal taste and preferences, there are lots of types of pumpkin soup recipes you can choose. Crock-pot cooking and pumpkin soup. There are lots of types of food you can make in a crock-pot, including stews, casseroles and more. But what about soup recipes and pumpkin soup in particular? You might not have considered making soup in a slow cooker before, but there are